Hey everybody, it's 2024, and it looks like it's time to adopt 2024 stats, including pitching stats for pitchers. Let's talk about the worst day that the MLB algorithm has had this year so far and how to make that better. So there won't be projections for Tuesday here, Tuesday, April 9th. Won't have those in this video, but this is a recap of yesterday on Monday the 8th and talking about what we're going to be doing for the 9th. And if you'd like a copy of this Excel algorithm and emails from me daily through April 30th, where I do private videos and talk about all the games, it's $100, but it's worth it. It's going to provide you some information. I'll talk about what we're doing today. So worst day of the season so far at 4-9 yesterday. And sometimes that's just going to happen. Just sometimes you're just going to have bad days. But what we have to work on is, well, did we have the right distribution of variables? Like, were our predictions on point with what they were supposed to be? I mean, Atlanta lost a really close one against the Mets, like 8-7 or something like that. Arizona also came back and then blew a lead against Colorado. Texas played a pitcher that had that had AAA stats that were awful. No, AA stats that were awful. Yeah, down here, it was Blake Henley. I used his AA stats and his single A stats were bad or something, and they put 5 runs up on him in the first inning, I think. And then they end up not scoring anything else. So just a really weird day that led to some awful results. San Francisco can't even beat Washington. Tampa Bay does nothing against the Angels. The Cubs blow an 8-0 lead. That's the kind of day it was yesterday. Yankees win, but then all these teams down here lose. So I was looking at this being like, wow, this is a brutal day. So this was based off of 2023 stats for pitchers. So I thought, all right, well, let's run the algorithm with 2024 pitching stats and see if anything else where we could, if anything else worked out better. And that's what I did. So this is 2024 pitching stats for every pitcher that has pitched so far in 2024. Only 1, 2, 3. Come on, mouse. Only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 pitchers on here didn't pitch at all yet this year, and so couldn't be used. Some of them had AAA, AA, whatever. Well, after running the macro, what's kind of interesting is you see how terrible the 4-9 day was with 2023 stats. When we look at 2024 stats, many of the combinations go 8-5, right? Because there were 13 games. How many? 213 of the combinations with 2024 pitching stats go 8-5. I was like, whoa, that's statistically significant. I mean, that is saying that 2024 pitching stats were by far a much better determinant of how these games went. So I started looking through these combination strings and I chose one that had a high margin percentage. I think it was 385 was the one I was using. Let me double check that. Throw that in there. So combination 385 right here. Okay, that should work. Let's take a look at the refresh to look at what the results were. Combination 385. Yeah, it goes 8-5. And on top of that, the games that it loses, right? Atlanta losing to the Mets, 8-7. I understand that. This weird Texas pitching matchup with the Houston pitcher that was coming out of AA with bad stats. I understand why it did that as well. And they were up 5-0. The Cubs were up 8-0, right? San Francisco, at least it puts San Francisco all the way down here at the minus 215 line. And on top of that, it was the first pitching this year for Blake Snell. So a lot of these pitchers were first time pitching this year, and so really weren't using 2024 stats. I mean, there's a lot of confirmation that 2024 stats are the way to go already. So I'm going to start with today using 2024 pitching stats wherever possible to make the predictions, because this is just, you can't deny this. Is it even a profitable? It's actually a profitable day only hitting that one underdog. It has the Angels over Tampa Bay in this combination. Like, I'm astonished to see that. I did not think it was going to be better, but it's clearly, when you start having bad days with 2023 pitching stats, it's time to go to 2024. So that's what we're going to do this year. So we'll do that. Sign up if you want a copy, and I got to run. Good luck. May all your picks be winning.